Hi Aries, and welcome to December 2021 general reading. So Aries, there's a good chance this will be my last time posting because the channel is just not being supported the way that it sort of, which meets with the energy that I'm putting into it. So there's a really good chance this will be the last one that I do. But thank you for all those who have supported it. I've really, really appreciated you. And I think the world's changing. And part of, I just don't know. But I just wanted to say that. And my website links are below and links to PayPal to support the channel. So you get two Lenormands. The first one you get is the Book of Knowledge. So I love this. And Mars is in Scorpio right now. So your ruler is Scorpio represents the deep knowledge. So it's the psychotherapist. It's the esoteric knowledge. So maybe some of you are doing some studies about universal laws, about what goes on behind the scenes of matter. That's what Scorpio rules. So some of you are maybe going very deep into some depths. You then get the maze, but you get it upside down. So the maze this way is feeling a little bit lost about your sense of direction, but it came up that way, which is really, really beautiful, Aries. It gives me this feeling that maybe you might not know exactly. Maybe this reading should be for me. You don't quite know exactly what's happening next, but you don't feel lost with it. You feel, actually, I'm okay. So you're not searching for answers. You're just being okay with where you're at the moment, which is going to be the trick for everyone next year, because the nodal axis change is going into Taurus. So the answer for everyone is going to be about Taurus themes, being in the moment, being present, very, very much like the Empress energy. So, but I do love that. I've got Mars and Scorpio natally. So yeah, your ruler in Scorpio would mean that you're doing some occult studies. And occult studies are just studies of the great mysteries of life. And it's the great mysteries of life which govern our reality. The Matrix would have you believe that they control it, but it is not true, Aries. Our life is completely controlled by these great mysterious forces of life. So maybe some of you have been studying astrology, soul readings, just the mysteries. Let's see what's going on. So what you want is the Ace of Pentacles. The gift is the King of Cups. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The challenge is the Moon. So that's probably the maze, but in reverse. Which means if it's in reverse, Aries, just don't push anything. It's when we push too much with our will for answers that we fall into cards like the Eight of Swords. When in reality, if we sort of surrender, the answers, life gives us the answers. But, oh goodness, the cards have gone flying. Relationships, you've got another ace, you've got the Ace of Swords. Money and work, you get the Knight of Pentacles, so quite a slow energy there. And maybe that's what's bringing the sense of uncertainty. Yeah, Five of Pentacles at a soul level, which can be financial, but it can also be feeling a little bit separated from someone. For some of you, it might be a family member. It might be someone where you feel that there's some walls up. I mean, the Five of Pentacles is notoriously regarded as feeling a little bit, maybe some anxiety around money. So obviously I do read it that way. The Knight of Pentacles, something's moving. It's just very slow. And when something's slow is quite often when that sort of fear gap comes in. It could be relationships because it's right underneath the Moon card. So the Moon can be about our deepest attachments. So say maybe some of you feel a little bit estranged, is that the right word, from someone. And then you get the Hermit as the outcome. You're doing some deep soul diving here, guys. That's what the Hermit is. So the Hermit is the person who's gone through life's trials and tribulations, so every single one of us, and now has this tremendous wisdom. So the Hermit's the guide, the sage, yeah, rules Virgo. I mean, what you want is the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles is a bit a new chapter, and because it's a pentacle and because of these cards, this is very... So the earth rules, obviously, finances, it rules our home, it rules our body, our health, our value systems, everything like that is what pentacles rule. So it looks like you want some sort of new beginning around this area of your life. So the Knight of Pentacles is showing up in your house of finances. The Knight does move. I promise you the Knight moves, but it's a very, very slow energy. So maybe some of your financial situation just seems slow, and that's why this is showing up. It does move. I promise you it does. It just feels sometimes like a... Oh, but it's that old saying, if you watch paint dry, it's never going to dry. And if you put your attention to other things, then you won't get yourself in that knot of the Eight of Swords. So the King of Cups is the gift, absolutely beautiful gift. This might be a person, it'd be a water sign person, or it's you. The King of Cups is the King of Peace. That's what he represents. And Mars is in Scorpio, so obviously your ruler is in a water sign right now. So this is about... the King of Cups, when it's a gift, is being at peace with what is. So a sort of acceptance of reality, allowing things to unfold the way they are going to unfold, even though there might be a little bit of a fear. There is movement here. The King of Cups again might be a person, and if it's a person, there's maybe some walls between you with that Five of Pentacles, and the King of Cups is about dipping your toe in, yeah? So not diving deep into the water, but maybe slowly trying to heal the divide between you and another person. But the King of Cups, ultimately, when he shows up for me, he's just about peace. It doesn't get much better than peace, Aries. Love this guy. Really, really do. It's like the whole world around you is going mad, and he just sits on his throne, accepting things as they are, which in a strange way is a state of enlightenment here. The challenge of the moon is about dealing with uncertainty. It could be a little bit of financial uncertainty, but the issue is how slow things are moving, okay? Or it could be feeling a little bit divided between someone, because if you look at this Five of Pentacles, one person's quite guarded, quite protected. And it comes after the Four, where the person's totally protected. But so in a strange way, the Five is about trying to let down your guard. So maybe you're dealing with someone who's a little bit backed off, or you're the one that's a little bit backed off, or this is just financial security, because that Knight can take his time, okay? Now the Ace of Swords is in your relationships. The Ace of Swords is about truth, clarity. We don't always love what we see in the Ace of Swords, but the truth shall set you free. This is the card about making a very, very, very clear decision about something or someone. Or maybe nothing's changing, but you just have this, you have clarity. You're the King of Cups. Maybe all is exactly the way that it's meant to be. So tell me about the Knight of Pentacles, because it can be a little bit annoying when he shows up. Why is the Knight of Pentacles here for Aries? Because this can feel like the Eight of Swords quite often, this card. Nothing's moving, so it can give a sense of frustration. But what's with the Ace of Cups? There's a guiding force here. I mean, can you imagine we lived our life knowing that there was a guiding force? That's what the King of Cups is. This is what the sense of, I can't always see that everything's going to be okay. But because I'm the Hermit, because I have lived for so many cycles around the sun, I have a wisdom, I have a sense of knowing that it will be okay. When the Ace of Cups shows up, everything's going to be okay, because this is the card of protection. I call it adorable karma. So adorable karma to me is the Ace of Cups and the Sun, and it simply means that what we give out to people comes back. It comes back, Aries. So that is why generosity and giving is the most prosperous energy in this world, because it always finds its way back to us. And I always say time's the rule of 3. And that's why I like the Five of Pentacles more than the 4, because the 4 is just holding on, which creates a contraction, which is our misery, and the 5 is actually loosening up of the contraction. So yeah, it might not be perfect, but you're not like holding on for grim death. The 4 of Pentacles is the miser card. The 5 is uncomfortable and maybe a little bit fearful, but in a strange way I'd rather be the 5 than the 4. Because when we go into the 5, we're going into solutions. Things are moving forward. You are being really protected here. I promise you, you are. You've got 3 aces showing up. So they all represent the energy of the new. Something new. Something new wants to happen here. If you're the King of Cups, you're coming from a state of emotional peace and regulation. So not getting lost in the drama. Just keeping your cool. Allowing this beautiful energy of new beginnings. And if you're dealing with the 5 of Pentacles, it can be really hard when you're dealing with it. I guarantee you this is going to be okay. If you open yourself up to it being okay. You know what, Aries, the first thing I do if I get into the 5 of Pentacles, I give. That's what I do. I release the holding of the 4. And that's when things always begin to move, always. And even if it's just giving clothes to a charity shop, when you begin to give, you open up the doors of prosperity. Okay? And look, I mean, whatever you've given out, Aries, is going to make its way back to you. And I hate to say that's for better and for worse, but... And then you get the Hermit. So the Hermit is the wise guide. It's that energy of, you know, it's about being a guide for other people. It represents Virgo. It represents rest and digest. So some of you on New Year's Eve might be more, so rather than going out and partying, you might be pulling back and resting, okay? But there's nothing, you know, we have this thing about all these wise people in the world. All the wise people in the world, I mean, I'm talking about the proper teachers, not the ones that are just talking crap. That's all they've done, is they've processed their experience and turned it into wisdom. And that wisdom is what they give to others. That's what lights up the world. That's what they share, and that's what they give. Okay? Tremendous energy for new beginnings here. I will clarify that Five of Pentacles. Look, it's with the Empress. You know, the only thing you've got to worry about, Aries, is actually the energy of worry. Worry is a contraction. And that is when we contract and hold on and we become that sort of misery energy. I can't stand that word. Because it labels people good and bad when in fact it's just instinct. Instinct makes us hold on. When the Empress and the Ace of Cups is going, Aries, you're okay. And if you are in a situation where you feel, oh my gosh, I really don't have the resources I need, then bringing the Empress and the Ace of Cups into your heart and give something. If it's a dollar, if it's a pound sterling, give something to someone who's in an even worse situation than you. That's what brings the whole energy of that is prosperity, guys. And I think people haven't quite got it. Anyhow, Aries, as I said before, this might be the last time I'm recording because honestly people aren't supporting the channel, and that's okay. I'm at peace with that. And if anything does change, then you'll be the first to know about it. And thank you, everyone, and lots of love. Links to the website and PayPal are below. Bye.